Hey, gang, it's Bob Bannister coming at you with another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. Do us a favor, take the time, click that like and that share button, click that subscribe button, and also drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. And you know what? Stay in the know with everything Rock Talk. Well, you know me, I love talking to people and I love people who talk. And that's part of why I do Rock Talk, part of the name, even. And when I caught up with Connor DOUGAN of the band One More Weekend, it was just the conversation flowed so freely and it felt so natural. It was just a great conversation and great to know more about this band. They've got a brand new single out. It's called Anti Meredith. You've got to check it out. I'll pop a little bit in the preview here for you as well. So, like I said, sat down, had a chat with Connor DOUGAN from the band One More Weekend, and it was just a great chat. So, what do you say we show that to you? We'll step inside the studio, sit down, and chat with my friend Connor from One More Weekend on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. All right, and let's welcome into Rock Talk from Melbourne, Australia, Connor DOUGAN of the band One More Weekend. Welcome into Rock Talk, my friend.
Hey, legend, how are you?
I'm doing very good, thank you. So tell us, my friend, tell us the story of One More Weekend.
Whoa, it's a pretty simple one. Basically, we all started playing music together over 10 years ago now, in Melbourne. And essentially, we started doing original songs that were mine, and this band grew to us all collectively writing together and playing rock music. Well, a diverse range of rock music. It's really that simple.
Really, that's simple. And you know what? The best way to describe stuff like that is just the best piece of advice I've ever gotten in radio is just keep it simple, stupid.
It works. It works.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you guys got an album coming our way soon?
Uh, well, I shouldn't really say too much, but
Okay,
what, why not? We uh, we have a lot of songs in the pipeline
right.
constantly. Essentially, it's just managing the funds to be able to record those and release them and get them out to you guys. I mean, for those that come to our live shows, always hear a couple of new ones,
Mm.
but until then, yeah, we'll have to wait a bit.
So is it easier as a band, especially in these times, to constantly be releasing a string of singles than it is to release an album?
Or, I mean, I would say that it's more proficient for them if you can continually do that. But if you have the capability to do an album, I'm an album man, like I love albums from The Who all the way through to like new bands like The Main and stuff. I'm an album guy. I would prefer to do albums, but you have to work within your means. If you can afford to do it, hell yeah, do it. But hey, if you can afford to release singles, release as many of those things as you can.
Absolutely. So how would you describe your sound then? How would you describe the sound of One More Weekend?
That's always a question I find hard to answer because for me, I like to say that we're a rock band. When someone asks me, what do you sound like? I say, we're a rock band, essentially. But if I had to describe the sound specifically, we're a mix. It's a tough one. We're a mix of an Aussie rock band called Powderfinger, crossed with some of the heavier side of things like maybe Jet,
Mm-hmm.
and topped off with something a bit more relaxed like The Main, who are an American rock band. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So who would you draw your influences from then?
well, that's a question that is generally answered by the band as a collective. Now, I'm not with the other guys right now. I was with them this morning, and I was hoping to get you with all of us this morning, but unfortunately, we had some other things to do. But we actually all come from different music styles.
Right.
So Jason, our drummer, he's the punk man. Tim, our lead guitarist, is a mix of pop and rock. Leith, our bass player, who's my younger brother, he comes from like Linkin Park and heavier bands, that sort of thing. And I would say I'm a generally diverse sort of rock musician, but I also love my singer songwriter things, like John Mayer
Hmm.
or even Gabriella Applin and things like that. So artists like that. But yeah,
Now, do you think that being influenced by that singer songwriter um, genre kind of lends a lot to a band approach?
I think in the beginning it helps a lot. I think singer-songwriter structures, especially around like the core way their songs work, and are put together. So, intros, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, end. That sort of structure is a great structure to follow when you're beginning. Does it get to the point where you will move on? Hell yeah. And if you don't, that's okay. Some people like staying in their lane, but for me, we prefer to change things a bit now. And Meredith isn't a good example. That's a very basic structured song, like
Hmm.
at the end of the day. But to look towards newer things, or even going back to a song like ours called Opportunity, it's something that builds and then it drops and then it punches and then it's out. And that's it. That's the whole song. So there's not, I think that structure is good to begin with, but don't be afraid to push the boundaries. It's worth it.
Yeah, you've got to push your boundaries. And how does the band though approach the songwriting process? Like, will you get a hook and take that to the band, or is it you've got a lyric that you like and you go, hey guys, can we come up with something to match this lyric? Or
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's a great question, Bob. So for us, we do a few things. I'll just run you through this. We go up and like talk to a lot of kids in schools and stuff and help them like understand what being in a band is like. And I get asked that question all the time, the one you just
hmm,
asked me. And my simple answer is there is no sort of best way that we do it. A lot of the time, I bring the lyrics. I bring the lyrics all the time, I should say. But sometimes it can be things like things I've had a long, long time ago that may work with a bass riff that Lee's come up with, or Jason's playing drums. And before, like Tim has this knack of playing along with Jace, and things just sometimes happen, things form. And look, you don't take every idea out of the hundred. Sorry, I got flies here. The 100 ideas that we might come up with in 3 weeks, maybe only one of them will become a verse or a chorus or something like that. And one bit of advice I give to people regarding songwriting is don't rush it. It's got to feel. It's got to feel.
hmm.
Like it's just feel, man. And like it can feel sad, it can feel happy, but do what's best for the song. Like don't rush it. Let it happen. It's good.
That's really good advice. And it's interesting you were mentioning about going and talking to kids in school about forming bands and stuff. I was talking to a band last weekend from Halifax, Nova Scotia, part of Canada.
Halifax,
Yes,
my Halifax,
get out of town.
whole world.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah,
And this band was saying, the one thing that they are always coming up against, because they've got a bit of a mentorship program going on there, and one
yeah,
of the things they're always coming up with is the younger bands that are underage, they can't get into the bars to see their
yeah.
friends that are playing, so they're
We have,
trying to get more all ages events going.
yeah, yeah. We face that problem here a lot, and that's. I mean, you can do all ages events here as well. It's just you couldn't do it in a bar.
No.
So, which I mean, fair enough. But like we can definitely hire halls and stuff. And yeah, like I said, I mean, we go to like a lot of rural schools and stuff and talk to like we get like a lunchtime with them or we get a music class with them. So we get 45 minutes to spend where we get to talk to the whole school or sometimes it's just the music performance class like specific, and that can be very good because it's people that are actually interested and they want to learn, and they're like, oh, do you guys make lots of money? You have lots of streams, you make lots of money. Oh my God, you're so famous. And like, really, at the end of the day, I'm just a person. You're just a person. All I'm doing is trying to help them understand that you can do it. It is fun and it's great. Like, it's doable. But yeah, we do face that problem here as well. So props to them if they can figure out a way around it that works.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you were also mentioning about bringing ideas to the table, and sometimes it'll be an older idea. Is that something that, as I find as a creative anyway, because I do a lot of the commercials for the radio station here as well,
Yep.
and I never throw anything out. If I've had an idea and it just isn't working, I'll just put it aside. I won't throw it out, and then maybe 10 days down the road or whatever, just boom, that
Yep.
fits right there.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, I would say that like I have I have something stupid like on my phone. Obviously, I have the Notes app, and like it's funny how simple like a text piece work like helps you. You
Yep.
know, I mean, I've had iPhones since I was 18 or 19 or something. You know, I'm 33 now, so there's over 580 notes or something on, of just of silly things. I mean, sometimes it's about having breakfast in the morning or something, but old ideas can pop back up. And a good example is one song that we've just done recently where we haven't recorded it yet, but we're playing it in practice. We're liking it. It's called Outdated. I actually wrote that song post high school, so before the band started. And for years, we tried to get it going as a band. And one day I was playing it, and Jace starts the drums, and it's something different. And Leaf plays bass, and Tim's playing guitar. And we all went, oh my God, it finally worked. And you're right. You don't throw away things because you never know how useful something can be or how something new can relate to something old and connect and work together. So I mean, even a lot of my old music books, they have scribbles and things, and every now and then you open it up, you refer to it because you never know what you might find.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what can fans expect if they go and see One More Weekend live?
Oh well, our fans here know us. Our fans in Melbourne are glorious. I mean, when we first started playing, we used to have. Speaking of people in that can't of all ages shows and stuff, we used to have 16-year-olds sneak into bars to try and see us. Yeah, it was a time, and now we have great shows. So we're extremely crowd based. So I want and I'm a stage manager. Like essentially, I am the stage manager. I want your focus. I want your attention. I want you crying. I want you laughing. I want you dancing. I want you holding each other's hand, even if it's a stranger you've never met. And one thing for me is that we thrive off of that. Our show is better when the crowd is there. They're singing along, and I mean, it's a One More Weekend show. I don't know how else to describe it. It's amazing. It's the best feeling in the world.
That is so cool. Now I got to ask you though, how did you come up with the name One More Weekend?
That's a good one. So it's a mix of things. Like I grew up obviously through the pop punk era and that sort of Blink-182 feel, and there was a band I love called the Academy Years, and they actually have a song called One More Weekend. I actually don't like the song that much, and I wasn't. I mean, I love the band. I wasn't. They've only just come back as well. They're a bit older now and touring again over in the States. But it's a funny one because I didn't actually like the song that much, and I wasn't sure about the name. And I mentioned it to our drummer Paul, he's no longer with us. We have Jason now,
Mm.
and he was like, "One More Weekend." And right then and there, he was squiggling around with a pen and paper, and he just did the logo, just OMW, just like that. And I went, "That's cool. We're on. That's it." Like, and all of us were like, "Yeah." We were doing things like you say things like, "Oh, what band do you play?" "Oh, One More Weekend." And it rolled. It
Yeah.
rolled really well. So we were like, "Yeah, this is it. OMW, One More Weekend. Let's rock."
Now everybody's got one of those songs. It comes on your Spotify or it comes on your car radio, whatever, and you stop dead. You go, "Damn, I wish I wrote that song." You have one of those,
I've got one of those. Yeah, I got
or
a
does
few.
it change daily?
No, I would say that I have I talk about this with some of my fans and also a lot of people that a lot of kids that we meet and stuff. So again, they asked me this, and I actually have I don't stream music, but I have my own music and I have my own compilation of about 8 songs that I wish
Right.
I wrote.
Okay.
If I had to be specific, the one in particular that I've been thriving on most recently is a song called Trigger by Alex Lloyd. And Alex Lloyd sung the song that goes, "You were amazing. We did amazing things. I don't know if you know it, but it was huge here in Australia. And yeah, it's a song that never really, I don't really know if it got that famous for him. He's an older Aussie artist. He's still touring locally. I want to go see him at Suki Lounge, which is a local bar here around the corner from where I live. And I don't know whether it got off big for him, but for me, it's like, yeah, it's that song you wish you wrote, Bob. Like
Yeah.
it's got a feeling that you just can't, like you cannot. God, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It pushes you to mental places that you just did not expect to go, I guess, And I love that the tone's crisp. The drum beat is something that just makes me feel things. It's got the feeling. So
So one of our sponsors here on CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer. Now,
cool.
Yannick, the third guitarist for Iron Maiden, is always the guy that's dropping his guitar or falling on his face or whatever. We call those Yannick moments. Have you guys had a Yannick moment on stage?
Oh man, I've had heaps. I've had moments. You know what? I'll actually let the band know. We'll start doing that here, and hopefully in Australia it can sort of spread a bit. There's two I can think of straight away, just absolute silly things. The first one was we were playing this tiny bar called the Windsor Ale House. Well, I mean, it's not even really a place where you have rock bands. The stage was tiny, but we were there. We were like, we'll do it. It'll be fun. And the last song, I decided I'd jump off the drum kit, but it wasn't my drum kit this time. So I thought I won't jump off the drum kit. I'll jump off something else. So I went and I stood on the bass amp, which is my brother's. He's like, yeah, do whatever. But then I was like, I'm not high enough. So I jumped onto the windowsill. Now, I'm actually a builder by trade now, but before then I had no idea how those things were sort of fixed in place. Didn't matter. I managed to stand on it, turn around my guitar, and normally I jump off at the end of the song. I didn't jump. I just went. My legs just went, and I landed on the bass amp, rolled off, rolled down to the bottom, played the last chord, and that was the end of the song. And we've had heaps. I'll give you another one. My brother Leith, we were playing a little bar called Whole Lot of Love. They actually had a huge high stage. And again, end of the song, end of the set, you decide to jump off jump off something. And he jumped off his bass amp. And as he jumped off, he just directly hit the speaker right above him. Didn't see it. Sort of went black. He reckons it went black for a bit. Wobbled. And he was like, we got to finish. I'm going to black out. So yeah, we've got those moments. So,
oh man,
ramble on about the Yannick moments, but I'll pass that on to the band.
Right on. So before we wrap this up, I like to do a little thing called this or that. They're just a few rapid fire questions, nothing to do with music, just a little bit of fun. So if you're ready,
yeah, let's do it.
All right. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Sweet or savory stuff?
Sweet.
Toque or baseball hat?
Baseball hat.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chuck.
Fries or onion rings?
Onion rings.
Beach holiday or ski vacation?
Ski vacation every day of the week, baby.
And finally, the one that divides everybody, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Hell yes.
There you go. That's the way to support your Canadian wife, because it was Hawaiian pizza was made by a Canadian.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
All right. Connor DOUGAN from One More Weekend. Take a few seconds and self-promote the band.
All right, so I'm Connor. I play in a band called One More Weekend. We're a 4-piece rock band from Melbourne, Australia. We have a diverse range of music, songs that get you up, songs that get you down, but most importantly, songs that make you feel. I hope you look forward to hearing all of our new music. And right now, you can listen to Auntie Meredith. It's our latest single, and it's about having a wild trip at a music festival. See ya.
Perfect. Thank you again for joining us, Connor, on this edition of Rock Talk on CGCM Rock Radio. And I want to thank you. And we'll catch you again next time with another edition of Rock Talk.
Thanks, Bob. Catch you, man.